Well, I wanted to take a little bit of time to distinguish myself a little bit too with an introductory video that talks a little bit about myself and then also how this course is distinguished from Dr. Gallegos's course as well. One thing you'll notice if you've started to look at uh, the syllabus and the outline on Moodle for the course, there's some things you cannot see right now that I make available on a case by case basis. And each week, those things will become live. And so you'll be able to begin to see more. But one of those things is going to be that there are videos that are posted that serve as small lectures for what's going on in the course. And so some of those videos are going to be delivered by Dr. Gallegos. And so he is not the instructor. I am the instructor. And so you're going to see some videos from me, but there is going to be a lot from him. So don't confuse him with me. And the things that are needed to be heard from him and me both complement each other, but he's the one delivering the content in the video. Um, the other thing about that is that some people are going to get confused on who they try to respond to, and just use my email, use my number, um, be in touch with me. You don't need to get in touch with him about this course. Um, uh, this is a course that I'm instructing, and so he wants me to be the focal point of what's going on. And again, he doesn't need to be bothered with students contacting him because he shares information for this class. But it is helpful information. The videos are going to be what serve as short lectures, short summaries on things that we think are important. If I leave Dr. Gallegos's video up, it's because he's done a good job. I don't want to recreate the wheel and put more work into this than is needed. This is a course that he's designed, and I take over a lot of it in terms of adjunct instructing. But it's really me being the focal point of answering questions, giving feedback on weekly assignments, grading, and again, producing some videos that complement many of the things that he says, or maybe adding some things that I think are important. But you'll see some of those come up throughout the course of our time. But the last thing I wanted to kind of do is just introduce myself. I am, again, Mike Harper, but um, I, uh, I am an adjunct instructor, so this is the one course I take. I try to take one at the most two a semester through Friends. Teach Introduction to Philosophy, Ethics. I've taught religion class before, but those are the primary courses that I've taken at this point. But been an adjunct for a couple of years with Friends. Enjoy interacting with you. I've been a professor of philosophy at Southwestern. My credentials, I've got a bachelor's in marketing from Indiana State, my master's in philosophy from Biola University in California, and my PhD work is at the University of Arkansas. I did not complete my PhD, but I've done all the work except completing my dissertation. And so I do have a good background in philosophy, but I just have not gotten my dissertation done to be able to get a formal PhD. But enjoy philosophy. Philosophy is awesome. And so I really, really do enjoy teaching the content that goes on in an introduction class and ethics classes for sure. So that's a little bit about me. I'm married. I have three kids, two grown kids, and one who's in college. And so I've been married for coming up on 30 years and have lived in Kansas the last decade plus. And right now I do some college counseling at Trinity Academy in Wichita. So that's a little bit about what I do. But enough of me. Do feel free to get in touch with me. I'll be posting a video about my virtual office hours. But the one thing I do want to close with is just pointing out a little bit of a difference between what Dr. Gallegos has said in his video about the layout of the course. And so I'm going to share my screen real quick and pick out some information that you need to know. So this is basically going to be what you see on Moodle. And I'm going to move me out of the way here a little bit. I'll be fine over here. But as you look through the course, again, you've got the intro. This week, there's not a lot. but there's this introductory helpful course resources. I would look through those, particularly the things that are made available to you, uh, particularly looking at, the information and slides about the sophists, Socrates, and then leading up and looking at Plato, because next week we're going to definitely look at some information. You're seeing things that you don't normally see because this is an editing version. Excuse me, an editing version that I'm able to change things as the instructor. But things that are highlighted are visible to you are not grayed out. And so you can see those here, but as you move down here, these are things you cannot see yet. I'll make those available to you. But induction week, there's no homework really, other than kind of getting up to speed by looking at some of these things, looking at the slides that introduce the class. And I'll be doing an introductory video about some of the content here too. But one of the things he said is that the schedule really is, laid out on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday type of setup. Each particular person or ideas that we're going to hit are 2-week increments. And so there may not necessarily always be something the first week that you are assigned, but particularly the second week will be those times that you really do hit that Wednesday, Friday kind of submission, or the Wednesday, Saturday submissions. So looking at this first block here with Plato, these are grayed out. You'll see these when they come live to you. But see, the first Monday, there is a journal question that you can start submitting. Nothing on Wednesday, but reading. Friday, there's a small group discussion. That's a little bit out of the norm of the way that he has stuff. But notice the next Monday, he talks about doing a teach to learn blog, the way that this is set up. And then nothing on Wednesday, and then Friday, a quiz over Plato. And so that helps you see the way that he's kind of set up. He's kind of moved that to Mondays, which again, I'm just kind of sticking with his shell, the way he's designed this course, but we're fine with that. The idea is you get some information done and submitted to be able to interact with other people, and that gives the rest of the week time for responses and discussion that occurs. So just trying to make sure you look at those when they're due, get those out there, and then be able to interact and fulfill those requirements for the course later on in that week. But again, we're in 2-week segments, so you're going to see that you have a little bit more of the reading and content on the front end of the first week, and then it kind of tapers off and does other things later that week to be able to do interactive and submission type of work. That's the thing I wanted to point out. I'm going to stop sharing that and kind of conclude this video. But thanks for your time, and look forward to hearing more from you, and take a look at those videos that show more information about my office hours and more information coming on some of the content.